Hi everyone, welcome to week 3. Please excuse the oddness of my voice. I've had a cough and very congested all week, so I do sound a little bit funny, so I apologize. First, I want to let you know how much I really enjoyed reading your assignments in week 1, and I'm really looking forward to digging into the week 2 assignments. You've been doing a great job with discussions. I really appreciate those of you who post early and are able to help us have that rich back and forth communication and give us some time to really be thoughtful about that. So as I commented to some of you, please try your best not to save all of your replies to your classmates to the last day. It makes for a much richer conversation when we're able to have a little bit more time to be able to do that. So one thing I did want to go over with you is the policy for late assignment. So I will accept late assignments up to 1 week late. There is a 10% deduction per day, but I will not accept assignments after a week. And please know in week 6, I don't accept any late assignments the last week. They must be in on time week 6 because I need time to be able to get all of your grades into the registrar. If you have an emergency, if something happens and it's making it so you're going to have a really difficult time getting your work in on time, contact me at your earliest possible convenience. The more advance notice I have to speak with you, the more likely it is we can come to some sort of arrangement that will work for both of us. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So let's jump right into week 3. Week 3, you're going to be reading chapter 8 in your text. And I have a bunch of, I hope, really interesting videos for you from the Harvard Center for the Developing Child on Serve and Return. I think a really lovely video from Rita Pearson. It's a TED Talk. We're going to talk about, learn about making positive connections, also creating classroom rules with children. And some of you have mentioned that already in your discussions and your papers. Keep that, it's going to be an important thing to keep in the front of your brain. Differentiated instruction. And I hope you enjoy all those videos. They really are pretty short, and I think that you will find them very informative. Our week 3 discussion, we're going to really think about a situation that each one of us personally has had. It can be in a classroom, it can be in your personal life, it can be in your professional life, somewhere where, if thinking back on it, where if you had used positive communication strategies, there may have been a different outcome for you. So something that you may not have been as positive in your communication, that if you could have a do-over, what do you think the experience could have been given that do-over? So I want you to think about how the outcome could be different, how you can transfer these strategies into an early childhood classroom, and think about different communication strategies that you can suggest that would be helpful for all of us to be able to use. And then our assignment this week is 1, you're going to do a key characteristics of communication. There's a link to a Google form. You're just going to be graded for participation, so it's 10 points for participating. And I'd like you to go through the form and decide what kind of communication each is in the Google form. And I believe you have to be signed in through your BayPath account because it's only accessible, the Google form, to a BayPath email. So if you have any difficulties with that, just, I believe there's a thing saying, give me access. If you're having problems with it, click on that and I'll get a message and I'll give you access. And remember I said to keep that creating classroom rules video in the front of your mind? Well, here's where it's going to come back. So prior to completing this assignment, what I'd like you to do is make sure that you watch that Creating Classroom Rules. And I'm giving you a scenario where it's the first week of preschool, you're at circle time, you have 18 students in your class, they're 3 and 4-year-olds, and you want to understand what's expected of them. So you have a conversation with them, asking them what kind of rules they should have in their preschool classroom. And they give you a list of a whole bunch of rules. And I gave you the rules that they gave you as a list. And these are taken from my real experience. Don't hit other people, don't bite, never throw toys, don't put paint on anything but paper, those kinds of rules. And kids do tend to come up with a lot of don'ts. So you're going to write them all down as the children came up with them. And then what I want you to do is think about how you can lead those children into taking all of those no's and turning them into 3 to 5 positive classroom rules. So I want you to do either a very brief paper, 2 to 3 pages, or a very brief video, 3 to 4 minutes, about how you'd get those kiddos from a list of don'ts to clear positive classroom expectations. So remember, we want them to be positive, which means no don'ts. It's what do we expect of behavior as opposed to what we're not looking for. And then how are you going to get the children really to work with you to come up with the rules? So they're not your rules, they're your classroom rules that you have developed together. As always, I would suggest that you always look at the rubric before you begin the assignment, just to make sure that you're not missing any component of the assignment. And then finally, there is a brief quiz. It's a short quiz, it's untimed. You can use your textbook, you can use whatever you want to support you. And you're going to do just 5 questions. They're just 4 multiple choice and a short essay. Remember, it's short essay. Remember to read the questions carefully, and the multiple choice questions could require selecting more than one answer. So you have 3 things to do this week. I look forward, actually 3 things I'm thinking. You have 4 things. You have a discussion, you have the Google form, you have your paper or your presentation on classroom rules, and then a very short quiz. So you have some work to do for this week, but I look forward to touching base with all of you this week, and have a great week. Take care.